PAX West has come and gone, and I got the chance to play a few games. Of course, I grew up watching cartoons, and there's a new game featuring everyone's favorite pint-sized crew, the Rugrats. Rugrats Adventures in Gameland is one of those games that understands how important the IP is. The game looks and sounds like an episode of Rugrats, complete with cameos from other characters in the show and funky tunes. What's really cool about Rugrats Adventures in Gameland is the 8-bit mode. You can swap between modern-day graphics and 8-bit on the fly. I got the chance to learn more about the game with one of the developers.
Yeah, I'm Thomas Guinan, lead developer with the Mix Games.
Awesome. Well, I just played Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. I watched Rugrats growing up. I wanted to go to what you were telling me when I was playing. You actually built this game first on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And for those that maybe forgotten, that's not modern day hardware. Can you tell me about that process again?
Yeah, so that's kind of our thing, basically, is we wanted to make new games for the old hardware using like classic IP. Like Rugrats never had a game for the NES, but when it came out in 1991, there's other cartoons in that time period, like Darkwing Duck, stuff like that did. So we thought it'd be cool to give games that didn't have a classic game a classic game.
And how does that start? I mean, how do you start? What does that look like in the modern day? Obviously, it was how they had to make games back then, but we've learned a lot about games. I'm sure you've been making games for a while in different ways. How do you start at the beginning, way at the beginning, really?
Yeah, so there's actually a pretty big NES indie development scene where people are people developing new games and all the time. So it's kind of a cool thing because we were able to take a big IP like Rugrats and shed some light to that and make something new.
Well, it's not just old school. We also got to see it in modern HD graphics. What was it like bringing these characters to life? When I was playing, it really did look exactly like the cartoon. I saw Grandpa sleeping there in his armchair, and you had to interact with that. What's it like bringing an IP like this to life?
Yeah, so that was a big part of it too, like that HD mode. We wanted to have something that was nostalgic from both fronts. Because like a lot of those things that modern gamers, a lot of that stuff that modern gamers expect, like sort of those modern hand-drawn graphics stuff that you couldn't do back in like 1991. Being able to take the same game and apply both like sort of modern features to it as well as the retro features. And with a nostalgic IP like Rugrats, it's like playing it either way will give you that experience.
What are the just basic tips when people get started? Obviously, I was going through it and I was learning some stuff. You learned I'm not the greatest platform gamer, that's for sure. But when people fire up Rugrats Adventures in Gameland, what's one thing they need to know?
It is a classic platformer. So if people are into sort of that classic Super Mario, Mega Man, Disney Afternoons sort of style of gaming from the time period of like the late 80s and early 90s, it's very much in that vein.
Excellent. And when does it come out?
September 10th.
All right around the corner. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really appreciate the time.
So many great games are coming out really soon. What are you looking forward to playing? You can check out my other previews on my YouTube channel and my interview with Kinda Funny's Greg Miller.